Hey everyone, Mike Clark here, and today I have Kelsey Perkins with me. She owns A New Perspective, which is she's a therapy, and her business is in Maryville. Is that right?
Yes, correct.
Very good. So tell me about what you do.
Yeah, so I'm a licensed clinical social worker, and I see men, women, children, couples, families for counseling, for mental health, substance abuse, divorce mediation, all issues on the spectrum of mental health. And then I have 7 additional therapists in office other than myself who specialize in different things along the mental health spectrum as well.
Very cool.
One being a certification in play therapy for children, and then another one specializing in substance abuse. We have another therapist that sees more of the eating disorder population. And then we have sort of the Medicare population end of life issues for that.
I love that you've created a business where you have various professionals that specialize in something unique. I think that in my industry specialization, we call them niches. I think that's certainly the way to go. You cannot be the expert in everything, so that's a great business model.
Yes. For
sure. So let's talk about the divorce side. Tell me about how you help individuals and just your process and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So in the state of Illinois, if there are children involved in any type of divorce proceeding, they have to go through a process called mediation. So both parties would sit down with me and we would discuss the parenting plan, the finances, as well as any other issues that they're struggling to come to terms together with. In the state of Illinois, a judge won't actually hear a divorce case involving children until mediation is done.
Gotcha.
If there's a divorce without children involved, then they can go straight to judge and see if they can rectify that way. But they do need mediation in Illinois if there's children involved.
Gotcha.
And go
ahead.
No,
I was just going to ask. I've always thought when you think of mediation, you always think of attorneys.
Yes. So mediation can be conducted by therapists. We do have to have a credential, Illinois and Missouri certification from the Supreme Court to be able to provide mediation, as well as attorneys.
And you have that, is that right?
Yes, correct. I have that, and it's been an asset for therapists to be able to mediate because that's sort of what we do. With couples and with families, try to get everybody on the same page, try to work towards the better common good, and try to make it a lot less painful of a process for everyone involved.
Yeah, I can only imagine that a therapist has better expertise, better skills than most attorneys that I know. No offense to you guys and gals out there, but to be able to handle that unique of a situation, all the emotion that goes along with it.
Yes, and then something that most people don't know is that if you have an attorney representing you and the other person has an attorney representing them, neither one of those attorneys can provide that mediation because it's technically a conflict of interest. So they're referring that couple out anyway to another mediator. And then my goal, of course, is to make everyone's job easier and make everyone more comfortable in the process and educate them as best I can.
So when you talk about the process with attorneys, both parties have their own attorney, and then you have the mediator. All I'm hearing is dollar signs, right? So what is it? Do you know what the average cost is of a divorce through that process versus working with someone like yourself?
Yes, so there are 2 different kinds of divorces. There's a contested divorce and a non-contested divorce. So obviously if you can't come to an agreement, it'll be contested. And so eventually go to trial and then a judge will decide. If you're not contesting, then you have come to some sort of an agreement and take it, judge signs off on it, divorce is finished. So that's what I really focus on, is that agreement and mediation, because if you have a contested divorce, that can run anywhere from 1 to 4 years.
Wow.
And we're talking 5 figures, 6 figures, however However, it just depends on the assets, the liabilities, property, anything that goes into the divorce. It can be as complex or as straightforward.
Yeah. And the sad thing is that the money is going to the attorneys.
Yes.
And whoever is emotional, whether it be both of them or one of them, they're, I would imagine they're thinking that they're hurting the other side, but they're actually hurting themselves too.
Yes, they're actually hurting themselves because, we hear every day people take money out of their 401ks to be able to pay for their divorce. They take money out of, their children's financial college accounts. And so, in utilizing mediation, I really try to, have them form an agreement the easiest, best way possible to save them the most money.
Right. Cooler heads prevail, which is easier said than done.
Yes.
I would imagine.
Yes.
All right, so one thing I always have to say with these videos is please know that we don't know you. So Kelsey and I, anything that we discussed today is not meant to be a recommendation for you and your situation. We're not attorneys, right?
Yes.
If you have any questions or concerns about anything, Kelsey's contact information, as well as a new perspective, is going to be available along with this video. Have a great day.
Thank you.